This week, it's killing me. On the latest episode of the bonus edition of The Big Show, we review several new films and limited series on the big and small screen, including Bridgerton Season 2, DMZ, The Lost City. We'll have all that and more on this bonus episode of Keeping It Real with FilmGordon. Let's get it. All right, and welcome to another bonus edition, Keeping It Real with FilmGordon. I'm Tim Gordon. I'm joined by Charles Kirkland Jr., the enthusiastic Charles Kirkland Jr. What's up?
Part 2, baby. We're back. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, let's get it started, man. Fresh starting this weekend, actually kicking in Thursday night, is season 3 of one of the most anticipated comedies. It is 2-time Black Reel Award for Television winning Outstanding Comedy. Atlanta is back. And they're back with season 3. Season 4 will debut later on this fall. What can I say about this show, man? One of the top cities for young rappers looking to make a name for themselves in the business. Among those up-and-comers is Alfred Miles, better known as Paperboy, a hot new artist who's trying to understand the fine line between real life and street life. He's managed by his cousin Ern, who gets caught up in the local rap scene in his cousin's career after returning home to the ATL. Man, this show, it's been some classic episodes of Atlanta. And from what I'm understanding, some of the advanced buzz coming out, Atlanta's going to be tight for season 3. It seems like they're over in Europe somewhere, maybe Paris, and hanging out. So I don't know how they got there, what got Paperboy over there. I'm not sure. I just know I think it's going to be pretty funny, Charles. What are you thinking about Atlanta season 3?
I only watch Atlanta so I can see Zazie Beetz. I can't, the story about Paperboy and everybody is cool, but every time she graces the screen, I'm just happy. That's all I really watch it for.
So Atlanta, of course, is going to be on FX. Season 3 kicks off. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm not touching it. March 24th. Check out Atlanta. We will come back because I did not get an advanced screener. And actually, Charles, to be perfectly honest, man, I have really shied away from getting a lot of advanced stuff because I want to feel, because one of my problems is you see stuff so far in advance and then you don't have anybody to talk to about it. It's like, oh, you didn't see it either? Oh, snap. Never mind. So it's really, you're kind of caught between this rock and a hard place, especially in some instances when you see something a month in advance, like, and nobody's seen it. It's like, and then by the time everybody else sees it, like another one of the shows that we're going to talk about today, I felt like I watched this show like a month ago and it's just now hitting television. So kind of torn between, do I really want to screen stuff in advance versus do I want to see it in the moment? So
I know exactly what you mean because I can speak about Ted Lasso. I've seen Ted Lasso like the whole season of Ted Lasso 2 months ago. And so people were like, I'm like, I want to talk with somebody about this. This is epic. And you can't say anything. And
can't say nothing.
It's hard. It's real hard. It's real hard.
So if you got FX, Atlanta, check it out. I know I will. I'm looking forward to it. And it's also falling in the eligibility period for this year's Black Reel Awards for television. So Abbott Elementary, Atlanta, Blackish. It's going to be a knife fight to get a nomination this year. But check out Atlanta, man. So we're going to move on to the next one. And I'm going to go to HBO and talk about this series. It was actually not it's DMZ, a dystopian streaming television miniseries created by Robert Patino based on the comic book series of the same name by Brian Wood and Riccardo Burcelli that premiered on HBO a week ago. I want to say, was it a week ago?
Oh yeah, last Friday.
It was a week ago. Yeah, it was last week. I didn't get a chance to check it out. This series deals with Alma Ortega, played by star Rosario Dawson, an NYC medic who becomes a symbol of hope in a demilitarized Manhattan Island while trying to find her son who wandered off instead of sticking with her during their evacuation from Manhattan during the Second American Civil War. Charles, I know you didn't get a chance to see this one yet. I checked it out a couple of days ago. It's actually pretty good, man. It stars, as I say, Rosario Dawson, Hoon Lee, Freddie Mayeras. Benjamin Bratt is featured in this. The music is by our friend and Black Real Award nominee, Chris Bauer. It's directed, the 4 episodes are directed by Ava DuVernay and Ernest Dickerson. Yeah, let's chop this one up, man. So basically, American Civil War is coming. They're evacuating citizens from Manhattan, taking them to what they're establishing now is the new United States of America. Everybody left behind is in the DMZ, and all of the people in the DMZ form new governments, new alliances, new regions, everything, right, in the DMZ. And of course, the story jumps forward 8 years. This medic, played by Rosario Dawson, is still thinking about her son that she lost her connection with before she left. And she comes over back to the DMZ, which is forbidden, but she is snuck back in, Charles, and she has like 2 days in order to handle whatever business she needs to handle. And she has to be back by a certain amount of time so she can go back to the US. And when she gets back, she comes back on time, but as she's about to leave, she hears news that somebody may know who her son is. She goes back. All those people who were supposed to go back to the US are gunned down. She's on her own, trying to figure out and navigate this new existence, this new life in the DMZ. Rosario Dawson, really, really strong in this, man. So you've got a story in the DMZ, Charles, that they're trying to form a new government and they're trying to have a new governor of the DMZ. There are 2 candidates that are running for office. One is her ex, played by Benjamin Bratt. The other one is a friend of hers. I forget the guy's name. Oh, Wilson. Wilson is the other candidate who's a friend of hers. So she kind of knows both parties. She has a connection to one, another connection to the other. And the way it plays out, I thought the writing was good. I thought a lot of the acting and the story structure of it all was good. I thought it was a really enjoyable piece. And by the time they get to the 4th episode, which wraps it all up, a lot of fireworks, man. The DMZ, I would highly recommend that one, man. I would give it a B. Thought it was a really well done series. Rosario Dawson, someone who I have been a huge fan of her work over the years, watching her from a young person in Kids to He Got Game, through all of the other things, Josie and the Pussycats that Rosario Dawson has done. She really shines in this series in a really, really major way. Charles, I know you can't talk about this one, man, but I would suggest that you take a chance and check out DMZ. I think there'd be something in it that you'd enjoy.
Well, for a lot of people who don't know, DMZ is a term that stands for Demilitarized Zone. Mm-hmm. Came back from the war. I'm looking forward to seeing Hoon Lee in this show because he was on Banshee with Anthony Starr, who is now Homelander on The Boys. But a great show from back in the day, and he was a great character on that show. So I'd like to see what he's going to be doing in this series. And again, it's a DC comic. So we talked about comics about in a couple shows ago, how they're turning up everywhere you look. So DC comic. And the great thing about DC comics is that they're not all about the Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman era. But I mean, they do stuff about regular things. And so this was a great series that they had. I don't have it, but I knew about it, so I'm actually excited to see this. So as soon as we get finished here, I might go ahead and delve in.
All right, so we're gonna save the best for last, which is you. But for right now, another series that's really, really well hyped is season 2 of Bridgerton up on Netflix, and this period drama is about the competitive world of Regency era London. London's, what do they call them? The ton during the season, which debutantes are presented at court. Wow. The first season, of course, featured the magnetic chemistry of Regine. Am I pronouncing the guy's name correctly? Or am I going to get in trouble from all the fans? How do you pronounce it? No, oh, Regine Page, Regine Page. I'm a dude. I'm like, hey, man. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. How am I pronouncing this guy's name?
I as well as I guess you can. I don't know.
Regine.
It's Reggie John Page.
Thank you. What you just said, right? So that was season 1. Season 2, instead of the God, man, I can't believe this is what happens when you watch stuff so far in advance that I didn't forget it, but there was a term that they use. He's not the viceroy, he's the
God. Isn't like a duke?
No, he is the viscount. Thank you. So instead of the viscount, who is kind of the person who oversees all the business decisions for the house, marrying off his sister in season 1. This season, the Viscount is the eligible bachelor, and he is introduced to a young woman that wants to marry him, but secretly he's in love with another character, right? And I'll just say that much without kind of spoiling it. And I'll just say that it takes a long route to get to where it needs to get to, but it finally gets there. My complaint was that, man, I knew, like, by the time we got to the end, I'm like, I knew this is where we were going. I knew this is where we were going in episode 1, but you wanted me to sit through 7 episodes to watch this. Okay, I'll play along. The other thing is that there invariably will be people who will compare season 1 to season 2. And if you are one of those people like me, I will just tell you straight up, season 1 is steamier. I'll say that much. Season 2 is a little more reserved, but season 2, you can probably relate to season 2 more than you can relate to season 1. If you watch the show, Charles, you'd understand what I was talking about here. But, my favorite character is back in season 2. My favorite 2 characters, of course, Lady Danbury, played by Adjoa Andoh, Andoh. I am not mastering in the pronunciation of these names, but she is a fantastic actress who plays Lady Danbury, a sharp-tongued, insightful doyen of London society. So she's really good. And of course, my second favorite character is the Queen herself. And that is, I always mess this name up too, Golda Rosheuvel, Uvel.
Okay.
But she plays Queen Charlotte. Fantastic actress. Those are my 2 favorite characters. They show up every year. I just thought that they really did a good job with season 2, but it just, again, was predictable, and it didn't have all the sultry steam, and maybe because Mr. Page wasn't in season 2 at all, that chemistry that they had in season 1, and they sort of changed the dynamic. But the other thing that doesn't get talked about enough is that this is a story of the Indian, not as in Native American Indians, but people of India descent. Descents of India. And that prominently plays in this. And I think that along with Lady Danbury, Queen Charlotte, and others, there's a lot of color in Bridgerton. And rightfully so, lots of different characters and different shades. The young lady who stars in this season, who plays the apple of the Viscount's eye, and I cannot get this woman's name because I don't remember her character's name on it, but I'll try to pull it up for you, Charles. But really, really good, super, super great job that this woman did this season on the show, and I can't find her right now, so I'm very disappointed in the young lady who stars in season 2, who the show is kind of built around her. And so I don't have it, but Bridgerton, always solid. I didn't think it was as good as season 1. I know you, Charles, are not a huge Bridgerton guy. I would almost say, man, you got young people in your house, your daughter and your sons. They might get into it, man. I think you can have a family. No, not. I was trying, man. So no Bridgerton for you, man.
Sorry.
Okay, all right. That was going to be Bridgerton, of course, debuted on the 20th on Netflix, if I'm correct. Let me see. I think it debuted on season 2 release date. Am I right? Oh, sorry, March 25th. So Bridgerton debuts this Friday. So please check it out. I thought that the young lady who played the starring role as the sister, who's the eye of, oh, there she is right there. What is her name? Really? Show me your picture, but don't tell me your name. Nice. I like it. Being sarcastic that I don't like it, but yeah. Lady Whistledown is back as well. So talk to your daughter about Lady Whistledown in Bridgerton. Man. I can't believe you're not checking this show out at all. All right. Save the best for last because Charles had an opportunity to see this and I did not. And of course, we're talking about the film The Lost City, an action adventure film directed by Aaron and Adam Nee, both who wrote the screenplay with Oren Uziel and Dana Fox from a story conceived by Seth Gordon. It's a lot going on right there, man. You got a lot of hands and eyes on this one project. The film stars Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, Daniel Radcliffe, Daniel Potter, Divine Joy.
Harry.
What did I call him? Daniel Potter?
Yeah, you did.
Sorry. Daniel Radcliffe, aka Harry Potter, Divine Joy Randolph, and Brad Pitt. Of course, it premiered at South by Southwest earlier this month, and it tells the story of a dissatisfied middle-aged author, Loretta Sage, played by Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock, thank you, who writes romance adult novels centered around a fictional hero named Dash, who is portrayed by dim-witted cover model Alan Caperson, who I'm assuming, since I didn't see it, is Channing Tatum. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. While on tour with Alan to promote her new book, Loretta is kidnapped by Abigail Fairfax, an eccentric billionaire who believes that the lost city in Loretta's new book is real and that she knows where it is. Alan, despite having no survival skills, goes off to rescue her. Now, of course, Daniel Radcliffe plays Abigail Fairfax.
Yes.
Abigail Fairfax.
Which
nice.
he swears in the movie Abigail is both a male and a female name. So All
right, Charles. I was not lucky enough, despite the fact that I asked Charles last night, should I go see this movie? Because I had some time last night, and I'm not going to tell you what Charles told me, but I didn't see the movie. Charles Kirkland, what say you about The Lost City?
I'll be honest. I told Tim not to go see the movie because he says he had other things to do, and he was leaning toward not going to see the movie anyway. So I just pushed him over that edge. But I'll be honest. This movie is it's a return for Sandra to the kind of movies that we really came to love her in, like The Proposal, Miss Congeniality, where she's not so intense like she was in what was the name of that movie she just did, The Unforgivable, which she did just last year. So actually, the film is quite enjoyable. There's a lot of parts of it that are fun, and there's a lot of action, and of course there's romance or whatever, because goofy stuff that Sandra Bullock does. So I particularly thought the movie was fun. It's not on the same level as The Proposal and those movies that I mentioned before. It's not as well executed. There's not as deep of a plot. I mean, you probably know where the film is going from just the description that Tim gave you at the beginning of this introduction. So I'm not saying it's the best movie that she's ever done, but I'm saying you'll enjoy it if you go see it, and because it's just crazy. And you got this cameo that Brad Pitt throws in there, which is ridiculously funny. Divine Joy Randolph is incredible as she's her agent, but she also booked this book tour for them to go on. And so she becomes this one-man army in trying to find her client and Dash, who are off having these madcap adventures. So I thought the movie it actually worked as a film. I mean, it's because we're in this time of year where we're not looking for excellence in film. It's something that you could enjoy. And my wife is a big fan. You talk about a family film. This is a film that my wife will love because she's a big fan of Sandra Bullock. She loves everything that she does. So if you're a fan of Sandra Bullock, if you're a fan of Channing Tatum, who's in Free Guy last year, which was a great performance, and along with this one, I thought he did pretty well. So I gave it a B as a film. It's passable. It's enjoyable. When you walk out of the theater, you'll be like, I had fun. And then about an hour or two later, you'll be like, it was okay. It's nothing that's going to be etched in your brain forever, but it's worth watching. It's worth having some fun with. So if you need a pickup, just something to do, yeah, it'll work.
Nice. All righty. Having said that, those are the movies we have this week. One more time, Atlanta is going to debut on March 24th on FX. You can check that out, and I would recommend it, even though I haven't seen it, or it's sight unseen. Bridgerton, of course, which we talked about, debuts on March 25th on Netflix. The DMZ is currently playing right now on HBO. And Charles Kirkland is giving you that wonderful endorsement for The Lost City, which stars Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock, and Daniel Harry Potter Radcliffe, because that's who's always going to be to me. Oh, and Brad Pitt's in it as well. All right, so that wraps up our bonus episode. Charles, as always, we tell people see something good at the movies. You've heard the recommendations. If I were you, I'd stay home. Just watch TV on your streaming platform.
If you do go see The Lost City, there is an end credit scene. Don't leave before that happens.
Is it a good end credit scene?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Taking what Charles is saying with a grain of salt. We will see you guys next week with another episode, hopefully of a bonus episode. Actually, there are some really good movies coming down the pike, man. It's starting to heat up because we're getting closer to May, which is officially the kickoff for the summer season. So you guys enjoy your weekend, and we hope to see you at the movies. You guys take care. Enjoy.